Yo, what's up? We here at the Spotlight about to do a sit down with my boy Rodreako, aka Roddy.
You
You know
feel
what I'm
me?
saying? Before we get into everything, go ahead and tell the people about yourself. Where you from? What city you from? Let them know about you.
Well, I'm Rodreako. I'm from Kansas City, Missouri. Grew up in the 50s early on in life, but as of today now, 42nd Street, man. That's where I'm at with it.
42nd Street. So that we're gonna talk about that single. What was that? 4218.
Oh yeah. That's where all that comes
That's where
from.
that come from.
Yep, being over there, hanging out over there, just that's kind of the stumping grounds for me. 4218. That's the house that we was predominantly at when we was young boys, about 13, 14 and all that.
So when you start rapping,
Rapping is like, I don't know, I can't say. It probably been a year now. Probably going on a year, yeah.
just a year. That's when you've been taking it serious, or you
I
dropped
kind
verses back in the
nah,
day, or you just kind of just toy with it, or just
nah,
something you been doing?
I had a song back in the day that was, I don't even want to talk about it, but I had just started doing some stuff out of boredom and shit and just trying to, you know what I'm saying? But it started actually being cool and people actually liked it, but just started taking it serious.
Yeah, motherfuckers
Yeah, I
fucking
just
with it
started taking
now.
it serious.
So you said 5'7", so that's that Barrett background.
Yeah. 57th Street, that's where my grandma and her kids grew up at and all that. I was born later, and then we moved up to 53rd Street. So from 57 to 53rd, I started running around, like being able to move around on my own around the 53rd area. I've come from the hospital to 57th Street. I really didn't get to create no memories down there except for when I got like older and I go back down that way with my partners and shit.
So for the people that don't know and stuff, so you a Barrett. Tell them about how it is coming up being a Barrett. That last name got a lot of history behind it and stuff. So it's like you feel like you responsible to have to carry that torch, or
Yeah and no though. Because like, they that name come with a lot, good and bad. Just cause of, you know what I'm saying, the shit niggas is doing in the streets and stuff like that. So, you know what I'm saying? I do me for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? I am who I am, you know what I'm saying? I rep my last name tough because it is a Kansas City name.
for
It's
sure.
a stronghold in this city. But yeah, I carry it like I'm supposed to, but it ain't no how I'm grown now, so
Yeah,
it ain't how it used to be when I was a kid. Like, you know what I'm saying? I get into it with a nigga, I'm
we can
throwing
get
that
into
around.
that though. So like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. Let's talk about Rodreako as a kid. You know what I'm saying, back when he was hooping and what made him jump in the streets and just what life was like earlier stages in the
Well,
early days.
shit, I grew up around this shit, so it's kind of like a inherited type thing. But I was trying to do other shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like far as hooping and just going to school. I graduated school. I
Well,
just
you
wasn't no.
graduated.
Yeah, I graduated.
I didn't know you graduated, boy.
Yeah, I wasn't no full fledged street punk. You know what I'm saying? It was just, you know what I'm saying? It was just in me. I'm born right there with all this shit around and all that. So, but I tried to hoop and all that shit. I was good at hooping,
Yeah.
but it was just like it started to be too much to where it was like, nah.
Yeah, speaking of that, like what's some of the wildest situations you dealt with, like when you was hooping and shit, but then you was kind of jumping off into the streets, you kind of, you know
The
what I'm saying?
wildest situation is actually just growing up. From in school and shit, you start getting into it with niggas and shit, niggas from the opposing side and all that. And then you got a game against one of these niggas. So it's like you on the court with one of them, and then he got his whole all his people was in the crowd, like, and it's like you probably got one or two niggas in the
Well,
crowd.
yeah, whoever got home field advantage,
Yeah, it's
boy,
like
up.
damn. So it's like, I ain't spooked or nothing because I knew what was going on outside too. So that kind of gave me, but you might get jumped in this motherfucker on your
Yeah,
way out the door, and
that home
then
field
you know what I'm
advantage of
saying. You see,
motherfuckers,
yeah, it
yeah.
was it was silly. It was a couple of them. You know what I'm saying. But I'm here to talk to y'all, so that tell y'all I made it out all right, man.
Yeah, you still here, huh?
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, speaking of still here and shit, like you, is anybody coming up that maybe you like lost or something like that, like influence kind of the direction you went in, or it just made you look and do shit differently, or you didn't really
Nah,
take, you know?
nah. I would the streets was just right there all the time. So it was like it was kind of gonna be like if you didn't jump in, I'm all right, cool. But 9 times out of 10, I was already gonna do that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I lost niggas along the way. Like you know what I'm saying? I lost close homies, and you know what I'm saying. Early on, I lost my homie Raheem and Terriana, the
Yeah.
homegirl.
How old
So
was you?
I was about 15, probably 14 or 15, one of the two.
Yeah, that's tough. See,
Yeah.
dealing with death that early can always kind of make people go
Yeah,
certain
Terriana hit
directions.
different because I was like right there. You know what I'm saying? I was seeing that shit. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's tough.
Yeah, yeah. Her blood was like on my shirt and shit because I'm one of the niggas trying to help get her in the car and all that and get her to the hospital. But
So,
yeah.
just to let more people know like who you is and just some of the people you came up around. What's some other influences you had in the city outside of like your friends and just your family? Because we obviously know the Barrett is a big last name. What's some other people that or other families that you got ties to or you can credit to just being somebody you kind of just
I got well, my family first and foremost, the Bears, my daddy's side, the Martins, and and as I come down this way and shit like that, because like I said, my daddy, all his brothers is in jail. My mama, her and all her brothers and sisters is in jail. So you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of really maneuvering as a young boy.
you like beat the odds then
Yeah,
for
on my
real.
own for real, because my grandma had died when I was in the elementary school. So after that, it was kind of over with because that's who I was predominantly with. My grandma, Marzetta Bear. She passed away when I was young, and I was kind of trying to find my way because everybody else was locked up and shit like that.
So dealing with all that death and stuff and just all the stuff going on around you, what just kind of just pushed you to just do something different? Or obviously you didn't do something different first. You jumped in it too head first, but shit, you made it out. So like now you doing the music and stuff. So like,
Yeah.
what kind of pushed you in that direction? Did you see some? You see yourself doing music from the beginning, or this was something
Nah,
that you just
hell
kind of?
nah. I was man. I was with it. I was like this music wasn't no. I played with it a long time ago, and I'm like, man, that shit ain't for me. But it started back up because you know what I'm saying. Niggas start having a little motion and
Yeah.
having to be who you know what I'm saying. I start getting some money and shit. So you know what I'm saying. I'm fresh all the time and all that, and I'm just and people complimenting the way I dress and shit. So I'm like, shit, how can more people see me fresh? You know what I'm saying? I just thought like, shit, maybe if I make a song, shit, I can get a bigger audience. It started from just some clothes shit because I love clothes because shit, growing up, I didn't have the luxury to be fresh like the rest of my
Yeah, it's
homies.
a lot
Yeah.
of motherfuckers is buying clothes and shit. They buying the shoes they couldn't get when they was younger
Nah,
and
I
shit.
couldn't
That's
get
how
none of
it
that
be.
shit. I had so many white and black Air Force Ones back then. It was crazy. That was the only shoe I could get. I'm with the fresh niggas. They was fresh as hell.
So shit, let's talk about the music a little more. So like you said the singles what 42, 18.
Yeah, yeah.
What's the album?
I ain't got no album yet right now because it's kind of I'm fresh on the scene again. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I got a couple songs out there, but I really didn't push them, and you know what I'm saying. I don't know if people heard them, and you know what I'm saying. I got good feedback from some of them. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying,
people
but
liking it from what I've been
now
seeing.
I'm just putting singles out there. You know what I'm saying? The tape gonna come like later on down the line type shit. Once I get a couple singles under my belt and see what the audience talking about,
Is
then I come
anybody
with the tape.
what about in the city wise? Like is anybody in the city you see yourself doing some features with or you would?
Yeah, I mean, if it happened for a city, if you know what I'm saying, if they want to work with me and I like it, yeah, I'd do it.
You
But
willing to work with other artists and stuff? That's something you inviting. You really kind of want to just
yeah, it depends on who it is though. But right now, only person I actually got a little chemistry with is Quan Money. You know what I'm
okay.
saying?
Quan Money, shout out to
I
Quan
got a
Money.
couple songs with him. Like that's one of the first songs of me rapping type shit. He the one really got me back in the booth for real, for real.
So that was like one of your first features? Or
No,
that's who brought
I
you
was
back.
featured on his shit. You see what I'm
Okay.
saying? Yeah, he let me get on his shit. And he was kind of like, I was fresh, so I didn't really know how to rap. He was kind of showing me how to say the shit and write it and all type of shit. Yeah, that's my boy though, Quan. He tough.
Well, what about in the industry? If anybody in the industry right now, you be like, you feel like that's more your swag that you would hop on something with if you could, or you plan on
Hell
doing?
yeah, any of them big names, but right now I'm waiting on that boy T Grizzly to put his shit out there. He been tripping. And
Yeah, he
then,
came back tough too. He dropping some new shit.
yeah, he's silly like. And then that young dude Montana 700, like I fuck with him. He give me like, yeah, he gonna bring getting money back to the world, cause that's all he talk about. Yeah, I fuck with that. He hard.
That's dope. That's dope. So I was saying about the music. You said you ain't got an album yet, but you got
No.
any other songs you planning on dropping right after the
Oh yeah, I got a
4218?
song that I just finished it. I'm thinking about putting it out probably here this week. I probably put the song out probably this week sometime, next week. But I'm about to shoot the video to that, and it's called Big Draco.
Big Rodreako.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna be looking forward to that.
I
Everybody
just
make sure y'all
kind
look
of
forward
leaked
to that.
I kind of leaked the cover art to it on Instagram to that single.
Big Draco.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Where that name come from? What inspired that name? Was that something you always went by, or that's something like you
Nah,
that's a new you?
It actually come from Rodriguez. That's what it was, cause that's my older homie, which my brother homeboy Therese. His last name was Rodriguez. He called me Rodriguez the Black Mexican when I was a little dude. So I run with that, just call myself that, and then everybody started calling me Rodriguez, Roddy,
Yeah,
and they
everybody know
come
you as
with
Roddy for sure.
they just how people just put something on it, Rodrigo. And I'm like, damn, who you talking to me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like my cousin PY, he the one that really put that name out there, like calling me Rodrigo.
Yeah. So I know you've been seeing the stuff on Facebook lately. So how you
Which
feel about
part?
them bringing back the 0809, the 5H Deuce era, Click Clack, TBD, TSG, Block Bros, all of that stuff?
I really feel like that shit, like trying to bring that back, I feel like, man, they need to let that shit be, because both sides that took major losses in that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas made it out that shit, and actually niggas from both sides got good relationships with each other.
Everybody that grew up and grew past that.
So
shit.
them on there saying certain shit like that, I feel like people should be mindful of that, because it's niggas that really fuck with each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like nigga, I got a homie from the 50s that I've been cool with through all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And he done lost people. You know what I'm saying? I got down north niggas I fuck with. You know what I'm saying? A few east side niggas, but they like older dudes though. The east side niggas that I fuck with, I don't really got no relationship with dudes from my era
At
on
this
the east
point,
side.
man,
Type.
anybody that was in it and stuff, man, everybody probably damn near cool with each other now, or they still.
Yeah, that's how it be.
Whatever
Like,
case may be, but
yeah, because that's what happened when them niggas went to jail anyway.
Yeah.
Like, niggas went there. Anybody that went to jail back then, you didn't really hear about no rumbling from the jails and all that. Them niggas got some understanding within each other, and they had a peaceful bid. Some niggas. You see what I'm saying?
Man,
But that shit don't, like, coming back, harping on that shit, trying to say who won and who didn't. Nobody won nothing, because at the end of the day,
Everybody
both
lost.
sides got shit that niggas can't come back from. Niggas can't see their homies. Niggas can't do this. And that shit didn't nobody win in my eyes. And I was a nigga right there watching that shit, seeing that shit, partaking in that shit.
For real, facts. So look, next question is, who you taking? The gorilla or 100 niggas?
Man,
We gotta know.
Cause listen, I thought that I could pick like a good. You actually forget what the fuck a gorilla is for real when you first just hearing about it, till you get to looking that shit up and seeing that motherfucker. Man, listen, man. It depends though. Are you giving the 100 niggas weapons and shit like that, or it's just straight you right there about to
Straight 100 niggas, they said. No
nah,
weapons.
hell, it ain't gonna happen.
You
know what
don't
I'm
think
saying?
y'all 100 of your niggas can't outsmart the gorilla?
No.
Somebody, it's gonna be some casualties, but it's
it's
over
gonna
with.
be a lot of casualties, but
99 niggas dead, huh?
man, 100 for real. Cause you gotta think a lot of like you gotta get 100 aggressive raw niggas to fuck with that. But them type man, ain't nobody fucking with that gorilla. I Googled the gorilla, YouTubed it, all that, seen videos of it snapping out and all that.
Yeah.
Niggas ain't got a chance.
How you feel about the music scene right now for Kansas City? I feel like it took a turn for the positive right now. Like it's a lot of different people making noise in Kansas City. The music scene look different. Kansas City looking different. It's just a different time than what it used to be for music and just everything else. How you feel about it?
I fuck with it. It's a lot of people that's good at what they doing. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I feel like niggas is back from the dead. For real, since I done came about, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like you kind of brought something
Yeah,
back that people been
like
missing.
niggas is like,
music
man, let
that
me
people
turn
been
back
missing.
up. You know what I'm saying? Which I ain't, you know, it's cool. I like it. But yeah, I like the music scene. You got MB58. He been tough for a minute. You
Shout
got
out,
the
MB.
young boys really go crazy.
They do. They
Yeah,
do.
like Lil K-Rock, Lil
That little dude hard. K-Rock hard.
it's
that
a
little
couple
fat
of
dude
them.
hard.
Yeah, it's a couple of them little dudes, like
Yeah,
a
for real.
bunch of young boys that be going hard. I can't think of the other ones off rip, but them youngest is nice.
I don't never remember a time when it was so many artists in Kansas City that you just couldn't name off the bat. You know what I'm saying? That actually got motion. Some got deals. Some getting thousands, hundreds of thousands of views. I remember the time in Kansas City, it was just Ron,
Kiwi,
D,
DV,
Delio, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
TSG was doing their music, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Bro was
yeah.
doing his music, Youngin, or whoever else, everybody was doing their music.
Yeah.
But that was it. And it was only funk music. It really wasn't no other artists. And now it's 100 artists you can name in Kansas City.
Yeah, you
So,
definitely
like,
can. Back then, it was different. You had to really, because it wasn't that much to get your shit out there. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It wasn't no Instagram, no, you know what I'm saying? You had certain internet platforms, but it wasn't really used.
You had
for music.
YouTube and CDs, for real.
See
That
what
was
I'm saying?
it.
Like, you had to be really tough for niggas to know that you was like that. You know what I'm saying? Now it's kind of easy to show what you got. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you got all these platforms you can jump on and all that. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of respect the back in the day era more because you had to really work and prove something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's facts.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, before anybody else, it was just like Ron and Kiwi on the underground. I ain't referring to like Rich and Fat Tone and niggas
that's
like
different.
that.
They legendary status. They Mount Rushmore of the city.
So when it come to other people, like it was only Rich and not Rich, but Gun and Ron for a little minute. Then DV come out.
Yeah.
Then Delio come out. Then
Yeah.
Sauce. Then you got TSG came out, and they
Sauce, man.
and when TSG came, they was, you know what I'm saying, they came.
Smash Bros.
Yeah, they
dropped that
came
Smash
stumping,
Brothers,
standing
yeah.
against them dudes who was before them. You know what I'm saying?
Facts, not for real. Motherfuckers held
Yeah,
their
they
own.
held their own.
For sure.
I still fuck with that shit to this day.
Yeah, would you? Yeah, speaking of that, would you? Rod still rapping? You do a feature with Rod?
Yeah, that's the home team. That's I can walk up the street and get that done. That ain't.
Yeah, I'm already knowing.
Yeah.
Y'all got some stuff coming in the future?
Yeah.
Anybody else you want to surprise the city with?
We talk and we talk about that shit, but that shit gonna happen on its own. Like it's not nothing to get done. Like with dudes like that, that's a FaceTime call away, phone call away.
What's some stuff you think? What's some stuff you think you gonna bring to the table that a lot of people ain't expecting or just probably wouldn't normally see from you? Like you got some stuff for the ladies in your music?
Yeah, I'm working on the song for the ladies, but I'm more so bringing just the real rap back.
The real authentic, huh?
Yeah, authenticity. Just bringing that back. Like, just, you know what I'm saying? Just smooth, chill, what you been through. You know?
For sure. Speaking about what you've been through, what about like, so what, you got kids? We'll talk about Rodreako, the man. You got some kids?
Oh, yeah, I got 4 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel like you're gonna leave a good legacy behind, a good pattern for them to go ahead and pattern themselves after?
Oh yeah. Most definitely. That's what I do it for. That's what I do anything for. That's what I get up and
I see them in
chase
your
a dollar
chain, so I'm
for.
like, yeah.
Yeah. They with me all the time, even when they ain't with me. Yeah, that's what I do it for though. Them four right there.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. My boy got his kids
Dior,
on his neck.
Nico.
He on his beans.
Yeah, for
These
real.
my kids.
Nah, for real.
So like, if you can leave a legacy behind, what would it be? Or what would you expect people to say about you when it's all said and done?
I don't know. I can't put it in perspective. Like what they gonna say. Like it more good than bad. Like,
Yeah.
but to sum it up though, like what would they like? It's kind of hard because it's like I come with a lot. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you would have to dig to find something terrible to say. But more so like when I ain't around no more and to people, they probably gonna say I'm that. Like
That.
just straight that. Like whatever that is, like he that. Like he was all that. He was that.
That's what you're gonna go by. You gotta drop a song called that at some point then.
Yeah, that's what and then it's so crazy. Reason why I say that is because I feel like that. Like I be trying to feel like, man, what type of dude is you, man? You know what I'm saying? Like you was like, I'm kind of like a all American. I'm that. Like, you know what I'm saying? First round draft pick type shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Every
I'm
aspect, huh? Okay, so like what else you got coming as far as like behind the scenes with the music? Like you got any videos you got dropping? You got any trips you plan on taking? Any
Myro, I got Myro as my manager and shit. So
shout out to Myro
yeah,
behind the scenes for
he
sure.
he gonna probably book some shit like to do on the road type shit. He'll let me know that. But as far as like
Yeah,
new
you
shit,
gotta hit the road.
I got
You gotta let everybody else outside the city know about Rodreako. Carry the name, put the city
I got a
on.
video I'm dropping to this record I got called Big Draco. I got a video I'm finna shoot
Big
that
Draco.
and put that out there. I might put the single out sometime next week and then come with the visual. But yeah, that's just a couple things I got.
Yeah, them
lined
visuals
up.
is what. When people start seeing them visuals and stuff, that's when really motherfuckers just know, like, okay, this what's going on.
That's
That's
mainly
that.
what the rapping is about with me. I'm trying to show a motherfucker something. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to shoot a video, look fresh while I'm doing it. And just, show motherfuckers outside of Kansas City.
Yeah, for real.
I can bring you to the raw real.
Because Kansas City got some shit for sure, for sure. You
sure.
one of the ones out this motherfucker. But
yeah.
it's time, man. Kansas City got a lot to offer and shit. Motherfuckers like you definitely gonna put us right there in the forefront, hopefully.
Yeah, I'll be a good representative for this city because, like I said, I'm that, man. For
you
real.
say you that. That's what you going by.
I'm really that, man.
Check all boxes. That's what I said.
Yeah. Got an A in the streets. All A's.
All A's, no B's.
Might got a B because I don't know how to communicate or something like that.
Yeah. So let me bounce back a little bit. Like since you the A in the streets, like so a lot of people know you for fighting and stuff. Like what do you think some of your biggest moments was? You got a moment where you like everybody just like, yeah.
As far as fighting?
Yeah, just we could talk a small little fights or something. You know what I'm saying? Nothing incriminating. We ain't no Vlad.
I really didn't get to fight who I was supposed to fight because it's like them niggas was we won't be on the streets at the same time. Niggas be in jail and all that, but like in jail, little miscellaneous fights is the most like that a nigga had. I had one fight behind some gangster shit because a nigga was being like just it had to be done. Like certain
I think
shit,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
we ain't gonna talk about that one
though. Certain shit you can't. You just when you lock eyes with certain shit, you just gotta deal with it right there. Ain't none of that.
Yeah. For sure. Especially coming from the city, man. If you was in it, even if you was just around it, you definitely had to be able to defend yourself for sure.
Especially jail, I'm standing on it all. You gotta. I'm standing on it all. Ain't no, nah. We'll talk about that afterwards. But yeah. And I ain't even no jail nigga, but I done did a little stint in the county jail and all that, and ran across niggas, and they know how it went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We ain't even gotta address
Nah.
them. They know how it went, like you said.
Yeah.
So like, what you want to leave the people with before you get off of here? What you want to let everybody know? Like,
You know, I'm Big Draco, man. I'm here. I'm new on the rap scene, you know, but I ain't new to this city. They know who I am. That's
says
why
you're here to stay.
That's why it's easy to gravitate to the music, because y'all know when y'all hear it, y'all know me already. I ain't capping. You know what I'm saying?
My boy said ain't no
that.
cap in his rap. He said he
None.
that. My boy
Ain't
Rodreako.
You know, I might put a little, you know what I'm saying? Talk about what a nigga might want to do or something like that. But, you know, for the most part, it's all facts. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving you me. This is me. For sure that. Like, not my brother's story, not my cousin. I'm talking about me.
100% authentic. And shit. Yeah. I guess that's that. You know what I'm saying? My boy Rodreako. Anything else? Anybody else you want to shout out before we get up out of here?
Nah, just shout out to Kansas City as a whole, man. Everybody.
Shout out to town.
Shout out my whole city, man. Period, point blank. We here to do what we gonna do, man. We trying to kick that dough down.
For sure.
I'm part of the force now.
Kick that motherfucker in, down, let everybody else in, man. Shout out my boy. Y'all heard it first. Rodreako, we here with the spotlight. This was the sit down. It's Rello. Shout out Kel, my boy Maro. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna see more to come for sure. This won't be the only one or the last one. Yeah.
The Spotlight Network.
I used to be a shooter, now I'm a full-blown trapper. Nigga, I'm a realist, I ain't never been a capper. In my city, I'm a factor, I'm really one of them. Every time I pop out, I'm iced up and I'm trimmed. Long sleeve with the shorts, pimp the laces on the Timbs. Confit for the day, just to go out and play. Chasing money on the daily, built this shit from the ground up. They laugh when I was broke, now when they see me, niggas